Hi everybody, this is the lesson or the video for lesson 4.3, and you can see here this is going to be a quiz grade. This will be worth 10 points, just like our last writing assignment from the end of our last unit. So what you're going to do is complete the reasoning tool using evidence from yesterday's lesson and also from last week's lesson, and then you will use the template below, which is right here, this right here, to write your argument for which roller coaster system you think could launch the fastest. So this is similar but slightly different than the last time we've used the reasoning tool, because in this one you're not just going to put the evidence card, you actually have to explain the results of the experiment and describe it in your own words so that you can explain why it matters. So first thing you have to do is choose which design. So a good idea would be to have this open from yesterday's lesson. And I'll go through, I think I did A in the previous video for this lesson, but A, and you can see here, A talked about magnet arrangement, and the best magnet arrangement was the up, up, or the all facing the same direction. So I put the best for A under Nevi's design. The second best was when it was in groups of two. So I would put second best over here. Then card C, and if you opened it, it had to do with the guide rail. And if you remember, the best rail from the experiment was wooden, so I would put best there. And then the second best was aluminum, so aluminum I would put here. Our next card was F, and I'm not going to give you the answers for this because everyone's would be different depending on how many points away you put your sensor, but I will give you the hint that magnet 2 was the stronger of the magnets, so telling us that the more coils there were, the stronger the magnet was. So Nevi's design has the most amount of coils per magnet, so I would put that there, and then Christina's has the second most amount of coils. And then card G, again, I won't give you the answers because everyone's answers will be different depending on the number they picked for here. So for example, you could have picked 2 grid points apart, 4, 6, or maybe you did, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, as long as it was increasing and excuse me, you had the initial potential energy correct for what it was supposed to be. So as we know, we've kind of done this experiment and many other assignments, but you should know by now that closer together magnets that are repelling will have the greatest amount of potential energy. So looking across, you can see that Christina's design has the closest together launcher magnets and car, and then the second best is Dorian. So it's up to you which one you think is the best, and you can go just based on, okay, this one has 2 of the best ones, or you can say this one has overall, the middle of the road for all of them. It's really up to you. I mean, if you think that distance is the only factor, you can pick Christina's design. It's up to you to pick which one. There's not one, obviously, that has the best of all the things. So as long as you are ready to argue for it, it's up to you which one you pick. There is no right or wrong answer for which design will be the fastest, unless we actually ran these experiments and took data. So after deciding which one you think is the best, you are going to explain in words. So here you will put the design. So if I picked, let's just say there's another person, Bob, and I chose Bob's design. So I would put, therefore, Bob's design. So maybe a piece of evidence that I use is card A, which is about magnet arrangement. So I would describe this. I would open up evidence card A or open it from the previous assignment, and I would explain the results. So maybe I say when I arrange all the same poles and facing the same direction, I get the greatest sensor reading, meaning that we'll have the greatest amount of energy. Tell me why it matters. How does it connect to the design? So if Bob's design was something like Nevi's, and I could say that Nevi has the best, arrangement of magnets. Sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. So you try to put at least 2 pieces of evidence, because as you can see here, every design has at least 2 pieces, and it might not be the best. So you can also explain how it doesn't have the best arrangement of magnets, but it has, the second best or something like that. And that's okay if it doesn't have the best, as long as you can explain it to me why that specific design has a good arrangement. Not just arrangement, but solid evidence to support it. And then you'll fill in the template using this. So this will also be part of your grade, making sure this is complete, and then this will be the chunk of your grade to make sure that it's completed correctly. So I believe whoever's design will launch the roller coasters the fastest, this person's design uses, and then you want to describe to me, do they have a lot of coils? Do they have, the perfect setup? Do they have the good guide rail? And also the distance between magnets. So make sure to go over and describe those 4 elements of that person's design, and then you can complete the template below, which is similar to the template that we used from last argument writing that we did. And that will be it. And this will be your quiz grade, or count as a quiz grade for this unit. And we are almost done with this unit.